Alberta's first bill of the fall session is drawing some criticism, not for what it does, but for what it doesn't do. Bill 1, a position usually reserved for the government's most important piece of legislation, has nothing to do with teachers. It's to allow Alberta to opt out of international agreements signed by the federal government. But as Kevin Green reports, critics say it is really just a diversionary tactic.
The bill is being introduced to address gaps in current legislation.
Premier Danielle Smith says her government's first bill of the session will ensure Alberta has a say in international deals signed by Ottawa.
Ottawa can sign international agreements with other countries. That's their right. But this legislation, it makes it clear that those agreements will only become enforceable in Alberta if implemented under provincial legislation.
When asked for a single example of an agreement that ever bound Alberta against its will, Smith couldn't name one.
I might have to do a bit more of a granular look before I would be prepared to say that.
She pointed instead to her frustration at recent climate talks, saying federal negotiators had ignored Alberta's input.
This government is nothing if not performative.
The opposition says by making this its signature legislation, the government appears tone deaf.
And the challenge here is they're passing a bill that nobody wants, that nobody really cares about, and they're trying to distract from their terrible record this week, especially on education.
You have to understand that this is all planned out. They know what they're doing with these diversions, this deflection.
Political scientist Keith Brownsey says the legislation is simply political theater to direct attention from issues like education, healthcare, and unemployment.
They can assert all the sovereignty they want, but it doesn't mean anything. I would describe it nicely as the Seinfeld bill. It's a bill about nothing.
The International Agreements Act will have to pass 3 readings before becoming law. It's one of 14 pieces of legislation the UCP government plans to introduce this sitting. Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
Smith also said the province will be opening new offices, she called them embassies, within Canadian embassies around the world in the coming weeks.